This is not going to be in this week's episode of Show and Tell with Tone and Tone.
Absolutely not. But we can start the episode now whenever you hop back in.
Yeah, I just wanted to give Ben a little privacy so I could burp him. But
Oh, Ben.
all right. Yeah, he's just Dazzy! Dazzy!
Oh, Desi, the super fan, wanted her front row seat.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She's at the live recording. What the fuck is up, Desi?
She's our live studio audience.
Let's go. Yeah, man. Let's run it.
Let's hear one for Desi.
Desi, they're clapping for you, bitch.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Show and Tell with Tone and Tone, the only show where we have a grown man bottle feeding his baby and a not full grown man sitting in his apartment. Both of them are alone for the day.
I'm not alone. I have my boy and my dog with me.
Yeah, I have my two cats, but I'm basically alone.
Yeah, cats are not part of the studio audience today in today's episode.
Almost never.
So I was thinking of something. Maybe milestone isn't the right word to describe it, but it occurred to me that this is I'm recording today's episode in a whole new location for me. I've never recorded an episode on the couch before.
With your new MacBook, finally.
Yeah, let me hold on. Let me make the reveal. Get old reliable out here. We got the we got the 2020 Surface Pro just chilling. It feels cold, and it's cold in its heart because it knows its days are numbered. Finally, after months of delay, I am ready to swap. Hey,
do you still have that guy who's gonna buy it, or did that?
No, that guy fucking flaked out. He deleted his whole. I don't know.
He deleted his whole Facebook.
Yeah, I mean that. You know what? That if you get heavy in the marketplace scene, you'll notice that people will like message you.
Oh, dude, I'm heavy in the Facebook marketplace scene. I love Facebook Marketplace.
You know, inexplicably, people will make a whole Facebook account to go on Marketplace for like a week and then just delete their account.
Inexplicable.
Sorry, Grandma.
Growls.
Yeah, inexplicable stomach hug.
From the pit of it.
With the brand. I am mad at the pizza rolls. I need to hit the sheets, balls. I got the pizza rolls. I'm so angry. I'm driving a Rolls Royce. I'm feeling real nice.
I went back and listened to that whole album again. And
I Decided by Big Sean.
Amazing album. Great album.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, I love that album. I honestly think that's my favorite Big Sean album.
Invisible chicken sandwich.
But I did go back. I think that was the first song I played, was the song with Eminem, and I was like, yeah, this is fucking garbage.
What's that song called?
Oh my god. It's give me 30 seconds.
It's not Renegade. It's something like it's Renegade. One word.
Renegade.
No, Renegade is the Jay-Z Eminem song.
It is called No Favors. No Favors.
Oh, yeah. All right.
But
dude, listen, we're never going to agree on Big Sean's I Decided, so let's just agree that Big Sean's Detroit 2 sucks.
Dude, I couldn't get through it.
It's like 22 tracks long.
That's exactly why. I looked at the track list, I was like, everybody do the Desi.
What are you looking at, Tess?
She's chilling. Love that. But anyways, so you said milestone. I was gonna say we just hit a milestone last episode. That was the halfway point. Well, it was past the halfway point. And we kind of talked about it in the episode. Because I was thinking we do these in 20 episode chunks, like 20 per season.
Okay.
Because that is how many?
Dude, shit. That's right. We got the D20.
Right? I don't know. I thought
we should. So we've passed 10. That's what you're saying. We're past the halfway point.
Yep, we're in the second half of the first season. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Wow.
Not that anything's really going to change, but
I was going to say, what are we going to have any innovations for season 2? What's the moving forward like?
I think hopefully season 2 we roll a 20 or roll a 1, because that was 2 episodes this season where we just
strictly devoted to planning. I'm hoping we get hats. I'd love an episode. I'd love a whole episode on hats.
On hats? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And you know what? I'd love in season 2. I'd love to do a live episode.
Dude, yes.
That'd be cool. It'd be good. Like it'd just be good to see you, and it would be really fun to like kind of. I don't know. I feel like we've done some shows in the past together, or maybe just the one where we like did that. We like recorded live, and that was just like a really cool experience. And
it's just a good vibe.
I don't know, man. I don't want to gas you up too much because I still think you're a loser. But like, it's like pretty impressive to see you set up all the gear and like go. That's cool. You have like a really unique skill.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
I don't know, man. I like it when my homies can like kick ass at some shit right in front of me. That's awesome. That's so neat.
Thank you. You know what's funny is I just did a YouTube video with my boss where I like sort of interviewed him, and this guy's a TV professional for the past 30 years, and
right.
I was sitting there like setting all the shit up in his house and everything, and he was like telling me all. He's like, "Oh, I think this should change." I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting there." I was like, "Just give me a minute." So, at the end of it, like I had everything looking how I wanted it to look, and it didn't look professional, but I'm not a professional. I don't have the money behind it. But after he like called me up and he's like, "Hey, man, everything looked really good for how much time for how quickly you set it up." He's like, "So that's just I have the butterflies." So thank you.
No, you're like Liam Neeson in Taken, man. You have a very specific set of skills.
I haven't seen the second and third Taken. Is it the same thing? Same plot?
I maybe have seen the second one, and I think that statement can kind of answer your question.
Answer me this at least? Does his daughter at least get taken in the second one?
I genuinely don't remember. Fair. But I want to say yes. I'm sure I'm making this up, but I feel like there's a part when someone acknowledges how insane it is that she gets taken again. But it might be his like ex-wife in the first one or the second one.
Gotcha. And then the third one, both of them get taken. That would suck, man. Like,
dude, you know what? I actually think that is what happens. I don't know. I'm full of shit. I might be making that up. I don't know.
Anyways, Speaking of full of shit, that's kind of what this show is. And today, without further ado,
intro.
Well, yeah, without further ado. Wow, I love that. Love that intro.
So cute. It's so cute.
So I think what we rolled last time was TV. That
sounds right.
That is the topic of today, which is sort of honestly surprised that we haven't ever talked about TV.
Yeah, I think outside of like Digimon, it's like TV is kind of not one of our. I feel like we're pretty reliable for like music, video games, food, but like TV, that's like on the fringe.
So you're kicking it off or I'm kicking it off? I don't remember.
I can kick it off. I'm ready to roll. And it's funny, I was saying earlier, like this is a new spot for me for the pod. This is the spot. This is the dad Dr. D TV sitting corner of the couch.
I should change.
So
when it's my turn for the next episode, I'm gonna set up in my TV spot.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so vibes are good. Fans of the pod will remember from last episode. We were talking about some pretty exciting shit in the car.
Did you? Was I gonna cut that? I thought that was gonna be a Patreon. A Patreon.
We don't have Patreon, so it should be in the main feed.
Okay.
That could be a bonus. That doesn't have to be a numbered episode.
Yeah, that'll just
call it a show and tell field trip.
Show and tell on the road.
Show and tell on the road. Oh my god. Okay. I love it. So the vibes are good. Unfortunately, I'm about to nosedive those vibes because the show you're gonna think I'm kidding for a second. The show that I am bringing for show and tell today is an original from probably the worst and, in my humble opinion, most underrated premium streaming service, which is Apple TV.
Quibi? Oh.
Premium. Quibi's free.
Is it? I thought Quibi was I don't know. Quibi's dead.
Oh, no, you know what? Tubi is free.
Tubi is free. Quibi is RIP'd.
Damn, bro. Hold on. Pour a little out. Quibi putting some baby food on the floor for you.
Okay, so Apple
TV, which has the worst user interface. It's even worse than HBO.
Really? I think HBO
so bad
sucks.
But they have some nasty original content. And the one that I'm going to be talking about today is the Ben Stiller directed
Severance.
Adam Scott starring Severance. I just finished it.
Dude,
I'm gonna talk. Did you watch it?
No, but it's so funny because so I listened to a very, I don't even want to say niche because I guess it's pretty popular. But I listened to this comedy podcast. It's called Comedy Bang Bang, and
Antonio, that's like the most popular podcast.
I know.
Joe Rogan. And were you fucking with me when you said that, or did you like?
If
you're like, yeah, no, man, I don't know. It's up there with this undiscovered NPR daily news podcast. I don't know.
The daily. It feels like that because I guess I really only talked to Renee about it, and she's just like, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. But anyways, so I listened to an episode yesterday where Adam Scott was and I guess it's an older episode, that Adam Scott was the guest, and he was talking about Severance. And I don't know if you've ever listened to Comedy Bang Bang, but
I have a few times.
So the beginning is like the talking to like the actual actor, and I got maybe 3 sentences of what the show is about. So I really don't even know what it's about.
Wow.
But I listened to a whole hour-and-a-half show yesterday where Adam Scott was the main guy.
That is cool. So I'm sure that episode was probably a little annoying. I think part of why I don't like Comedy Bang Bang is because they're all, oh no, because they're like all buddies and they do inside jokes and they just riff. Oh shit. That's oh no.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Oh shit, maybe our podcast isn't that good.
Our podcast is a rip of Comedy Bang Bang.
Oh fuck. But I know that Adam Scott is like boys with the Comedy Bang Bang people. So they probably, I can't believe they said 3 sentences about the show. They probably, I'm surprised it was that much.
Yeah, it was so, I don't know. Yesterday, episodes of that show are hit or miss for me. They're either really fucking funny or they make me feel like I'm having a stroke.
What's the name of the main guy?
Scott
that hosts it.
Scott Aukerman.
Yeah, Scott Aukerman or Ackerman or whatever. He's done a couple music podcasts with Adam Scott.
Yeah, there's one where they talk about REM and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They kept talking.
Oh, I didn't know they did the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They talked about that show more than they talked about Severance.
Well, of course they did. That show, I haven't listened to it because I'm not like I like REM, and they did another one on U2.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
those are bands that I like but don't love. But the U2 show was called "Are You Talking to Me About U2?" And the REM one was called "Are You Talking REM?" And a couple of my uncle and a couple of our buddies listened to it, and they said they were really good shows. But I don't know.
The gist of what I got from what they talked about it is that Adam Scott and Scott Aukerman are the only 2 people in the world who were hyped when the U2 album got automatically added to people's libraries. That was it.
Probably so.
So, anyways,
I was just thinking of that album the other day.
I vividly remember that, but I never listened to the album.
What year did that happen? Do you remember?
It probably happened like 10 years ago. I'll look at it.
Because my uncle and I were talking about it.
Do you know what the name of the album is?
And I don't.
Okay, no worries.
One of the songs on it was called one of the songs on the album was like about Joey Ramone. So if you type in U2 Joey Ramone, that might give you a year.
U2.
Let's see. We were talking about it, and we were at the Jack White show, and we didn't have you can't have your phones at the Jack White show, so we couldn't look it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's Songs of Innocence. That sounds right.
Yes.
That album came out in 2014. Yeah, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
And then the first article is, remember when Apple forced a U2 album on all of us?
That's so funny, and it's like,
honestly, what a bold move.
I know. I can't wait for the 10th anniversary of that album to come out so that we can that we can reassess, like, remember how invasive and angry everybody thought that was, and it's like that's like mid corporate technology invasive privacy violations. Like that wouldn't even like be a blip on someone's radar if that happened today. You know what I mean?
How funny would that be if for the 10th anniversary they did it again?
Deluxe.
A la Britney.
Yeah, that would be yeah, they like do a deluxe version of the album with like B-sides, and then they have a cover of Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. So anyways, so what is this Severed show about?
All right, so hold on, I gotta do a little behind the scenes. Beans indicated to me that he would like to be strapped to the old chest.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna get him set up. But yeah, I can talk about the show as a creepy disembodied voice if you want.
Or I can do what you normally do. So what's up, everybody? Tony is out of frame right now, so if you could take this time and follow us on Twitter at Show and Tell Pod 2. And if you know who has Show and Tell Pod or Show and Tell Pod 1, at them, report them, do everything that you can, because who has 2 in their body? Except for U2, maybe. I'm sure U2.
Are you talking U2? They have it also.
Okay, so I guess we either need to pivot to a U2 slightly themed podcast, or you can help us out and find whoever has Show and Tell Pod. But again, the Twitter is Show and Tell Pod 2. So follow us there. Tony has the login info, and I do not. So
I genuinely don't remember it.
Actually, I probably have it somewhere. It's probably.
So I think. So pray I stay logged in on my phone.
So currently, neither of us have the login, but it's on Tony's phone. So let's pray.
We're leveraging the lack of login with the lack of the account we actually want.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that leverage is not meaningful to anybody but us.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, we fucking have the password. They're like, cool, man.
Yeah. You, bro. If Show and Tell Pod wants to trade us for Show and Tell Pod 2, we would gladly be more active on Twitter.
That would be nice. Yeah, I feel like my Twitter game has been kind of shallow recently.
Dude,
I came out the gate absolutely swinging, but I just kind of dropped out.
On Twitter?
Yeah, well, for our Twitter.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about like your Twitter. I was like, you're always popping on Twitter.
I stay busy on the main feed.
You're one of those people that I don't understand how love the hat. We're gonna get Ben. Yeah. We're gonna get Ben one of those little propeller hats. That's Tone Time branded.
I would love that. He would love that. He has a baseball hat, but it's like a little too small for him. Aww. Or too big, I mean.
Oh, with
into it.
With that melon.
Yeah, with that big old dome. What are you doing, man?
Oh, Beans.
Look out the window. Weird kid, man.
He's just trying to see the world. He's just trying to see the world and not your chest sweat.
I don't have chest sweat yet.
Does Ben get sweaty in there?
He does sometimes. He gets like on his back if he's like really like if he's really tightly swaddled, or if he's wearing like a sweater. Sometimes he'll get like a little wet back. But
not in the Bjorn.
No, not in the Bjorn. I mean, I don't know. The Bjorn makes me sweat, so it's like is this his? Is this mine? I don't know. And really, since he's my son, what's the difference between our sweat, right?
Right.
My blood, his blood, my sweat is.
Oh my God. Just swampiness. Okay, so what is this Severance show about?
All right, so I gotta say, it's hilarious that I have like the love and joy in my life hooked up to me, because Severance is the most depressing show I've ever seen in my life. It's tough to explain. I'm glad we had a lot of vamping in this episode, because it's tough to explain the show without spoiling it, and it's even harder to explain the show without seeing it. So Severance is a science fiction story, but it's one of those science fiction stories where you can't really tell. It's a sci-fi story.
Okay.
It's set in a world like ours. I mean, they don't place it in like, 2022 or the United States.
Right.
But there are enough clues to deduce that it's like the normal world.
Right.
And
it's sort of modern... like Westworld.
I haven't seen Westworld, but I think based on what I know about Westworld, that's like a pretty good comparison.
Westworld is sort of like semi-futuristic, but I would say like most of the like average characters deal with like, it just kind of seems like everyday life. Like everyday 2020-ish.
Right, like people like drive cars and pay for gas, and obviously everybody has an iPhone because it's an Apple TV show. That's a funny thing about shows on Apple TV is looking for Apple product placement is so funny,
bro. That's like, something I'd never even thought of, but makes 100% sense.
Like me and Rachel watched both seasons of the morning show starring Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, and the show is okay. Like it's only so, but it was just really funny to see just every character with like a MacBook and AirPods and an iPhone 19. Hilarious. Yeah. So Severance is like set in a kind of uncanny science fiction regular world. The critical difference is that there is a technology that exists in this world called Severance, where this company called Lumen
and they pay
has deduced a way to insert a chip into your brain that allows you to sever the memories of your personal life and the memories of your work life, and they can activate it using a machine in an elevator, so that when you're on your way down to work, boom, you become a whole new person. When you go upstairs, boom, you become your old self. So
talk
you
about
have
work-life balance.
Exactly. You have like no connection to your outside self. So when you're in work, you're your innie. When you're out of work, you're your outie. And even
is that what they call it?
That is what they call it. Yeah,
that's fucking gross.
Yeah, and even though you're like the same person, you're essentially different people. And your outie essentially has total control over your whole life, because once you're
your outie does,
because once you're on the severed floor, you're innie and you can't do anything, and the only way to escape is to like go become your outie.
So what is the? I guess not. What's the point? But like what? Because I see where that would be interesting, because then it's like, ooh, what is this Lumen? Is it some kind of dark, shady thing? But like, what is the? So you finished it because there's only one season, right? There's only 9 episodes, I think.
Correct. Yeah. So so I wanna answer that in 2 ways. The first way that I'll answer that is to say Adam Scott's character, his wife had died in some kind of tragic accident. And he becomes an alcoholic. And we like learn that through
His
clues in
Audi
the
or his
show.
innie?
His Audi. So
That's so gross.
he does the severance so that he can get 8 hours of his day where he's not like miserable about his wife. You know what
Right.
I mean? So that's like his motivation for having done it. And he, because of that, he really likes it because it's a refuge for him from this like horrid, awful, total consuming misery that like he lives his daily life in. Now in the world of the show, there are people who are like opposed to severance. You know, we'll see like little clips on the news or newspapers. There's a scene when Adam Scott's Audi is on a date and he sees people protesting severance. So like it's a divisive topic. And I don't want to spoil it, but in the end of the season, you learn that like there are like conflicting political, like Congress people are like fighting over making it illegal or not.
Yeah.
And this company Lumen, it's like not clear what they do to people on the outside and to people on the inside, and that's really all I can say about it without blowing it.
Okay, because I guess that's where my mind goes, like, because oh no, you said you never watched Westworld, because that's sort of like Westworld, like, you know, they kind of give this theme park robot, like, live out this robot fantasy, but
Right. Yeah, I do know the premise of Westworld.
But underneath is some shady shit. So
right.
That does sound
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean, and it's you know, it's funny because like different characters out in the world, you know, have all these different opinions about it. And there are a lot of really like, okay, there's like a B plot in the season where Adam Scott's sister and her brother-in-law, or Adam Scott's brother-in-law, his sister's husband, are like having a baby. And her brother-in-law is this guy named Rickon, and he's this like goofy San Francisco self-help guru, and he writes a book. And you see Adam Scott's boss, who isn't severed. She moves about both worlds freely. She steals the book from Adam Scott's house and brings it to work. And Adam Scott's character, his innie, finds it, doesn't know who the author is, doesn't know anything about it because he's severed, but he reads the book.
Oh, so it's like a completely different person, not same person. Like, this is my work person, this is my home person. It's like, oh, this is Adam Scott outside, one character, and inside he's a different character.
Well, okay, so that's complicated. The answer to that question is sort of yes. The only memories that the work person has is at work. So when they leave the office at 5:00 on Friday,
they're essentially dead.
They're dead until they come back on Monday morning, and that weekend is a blink to them.
Wow, that's so wild.
Like, yeah. So like they, so I mean, they're a different person.
Do they have the same? Like, are they the same person? Like, do they have the same name, or like when he works, is he like a different?
So all the severed employees, they go by their first name and their last initial. So Adam Scott's name is Mark. At work, they call him Mark R.
Oh, hi, Mark.
You know, we meet a character. Yeah. You know, in the pilot episode, they get a new employee. Her name is L.E.E.
Gotcha.
So they don't know. The audience knows that they are the same person,
but the people at work don't. All they know of the work capacity
is their work life. Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, they know that because they part of the like integration to work process, their Audi records them a video explaining severance to them.
Oh, so like it's some Adam Sandler 50 First Dates shit.
Yes, but depressing.
It all comes back to Adam Sandler.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. This was like a shitty thing to bring the show and tell because it's kind of like one of those you just have to watch it shows.
Yeah. Well, I keep
But I'll
hearing
say
I keep
this.
hearing good stuff about Apple TV shows. Like
Listen,
I
you
heard
got
Ted
Ted
Lasso.
Lasso. Ted Lasso is I like Severance better, but Ted Lasso I think is a better show just because it's maybe a little easier to watch. Ted Lasso, morning show, Severance. That's worth paying a month alone.
Yeah, I heard Ted Lasso is like I heard Ted Lasso was made for the pandemic. Like
That's true.
since the world has been so shitty, Ted Lasso is just like some good vibes.
Ted Lasso is an absolute thunderbolt of positivity. Where the fuck is my phone? I gotta mark. We have an app. We keep track of Bean's movements. He's having a nap. I gotta mark it. Gotta mark it.
He's napping right now
for a whole hour. Yeah. Oh, sorry, buddy. Get back to it.
Oh, that was too funny. Would you do it? Would you do the Severance?
No, fuck no.
That sounds wild, though.
Yeah, I mean, and it one of the many really masterful things about the show is that they make you really clearly understand why the people that did it. It is so obviously a horrid, insane thing to do.
Yeah,
but they like. Okay, like in a horror movie when a character does something stupid and the audience is like, "Why the fuck would you do that?"
They give you the why.
Yeah, that does not happen in Severance. You're like, "Oh my god, these poor people are trapped by themselves and their boss." It's like an upsetting show, but it's so good. The mystery, the various mysteries that characters are uncovering is spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
The like world of Lumen is just really compelling. Like they tell you almost nothing about it, and you're like craving more information.
Do you think there'll be a second season?
There is for sure going to be a second season, and good thing because the season finale had the most insane, absolute hands on the top of your head, holy shit, that just fucking happened conclusion to any show I've ever seen in my life. I was watching it with my mother-in-law, and because she's a big Adam Scott fan, and she's up here visiting with Beans all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of started watching it, and it just became a thing. We just watched Severance together,
right?
And at the end of the episode, I said out loud, "Holy fucking shit!" right in front of my mother-in-law, and I had to look over into the vibe check and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry," and she was like, "That was crazy."
She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. She didn't say it. She did not say it.
What
but she definitely was. She was thinking it because I didn't get in too much trouble for letting that one slide. It was the most bananas conclusion to a TV show or season that I like couldn't think fast enough to type in Google when does season 2 come out, and they don't have a date, but they did get it. They're doing it.
They did get greenlit for a second one?
Yeah, and I think I don't know, I'm cynical about this, but they like announced that the day the finale aired, of course. Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah.
We say it. Just say you're doing a second season. But you know what though? That's cool because that added, I think, to like the immersion and the mystery. So yeah, it was awesome.
So
it was fucking awesome.
Them announcing a second season makes me more willing to watch it because stuff like that, like Westworld, I think I got on when there was only season 2. The finale was like, oh shit, like finally something's starting to happen. And I didn't know if I think they had just announced season 3. I was like, oh, thank God. But like those shows that just end on a cliffhanger, I can't fucking do that. I have too much anxiety. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, you might really want to tread lightly with Severance because it is that's not a good show for the blood pressure.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't say enough good about it. John Turturro plays the supporting role in it. Mm-hmm. John Turturro is DeJesus from The Big Lebowski. He's in a bunch of shit. You'd recognize him if you saw him.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
He plays this like really lovely, tender, like kind of older employee at Lumen, and just has this like sinister grace as he gets wrapped up in the conspiracy.
Oh, that's John Turturro. Okay.
Yeah,
I never knew his name. He's in the Batman.
Oh, no way. Who does he play in the Batman?
He's like the main villain in the new Batman.
John Turturro is the main villain in the new Batman?
Yep.
Which I think is, speaking of HBO sucking, that's going to be on HBO this weekend, I think.
Oh, is it this weekend?
I thought it said April 18th. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. That one
just in time for Easter.
I've seen it in theaters twice. So great.
Wow, that's 6 hours. That's a full day of work.
And you know,
I'm not knocking it. I probably spent over 15 hours seeing the last Star Wars movie at the theater. I'm not dissing it.
Well, I was gonna say it could have been 6 hours, like all together for one viewing, and I would have watched it. It was so fucking good.
Is it really good? I'm excited to see it.
It's so fucking good. I think
I
think the best part. Oh, sorry. You go. Go.
No. You go ahead. I'm going to talk shit about it. So you go.
Oh, first. Okay. So I was gonna say the best part. If you're gonna talk shit, I'm gonna just keep hyping it up. But I think the best part about it is that finally. Well, first off, it's fucking brutal. Like
yes.
Like not to spoil anything, but the first scene where we get to see Batman, I was like. I winced the first time I watched it because the fighting was just. It was not, and I mean, you know, I'm used to watching the Marvel movies, and the Marvel movies have action, but they're like, it's Disney action.
It's like cartoon, yeah, it's cartoon action.
Yeah,
which is fine. I'm not dissing it.
Right, but the Batman was like, this is some HBO action.
Good.
And it was fucking sick. And then the second time through was just even better. And I think the scene with the Batmobile made me understand why people like the Fast and Furious movies. Even though
there's like a really nasty car chase scene.
It's so sick. Like
nice
flames in the rain. It's so fucking cool. It's just the whole thing.
Did they play like a heavy metal cover of the Adele song "I'll Set Fire to the Rain"?
Oh yeah, no, they played the original acoustic Adele song.
And I'll set fire to the rain.
Such a
Batman
good movie.
Burns.
Yeah,
brains.
You got to let me know when you see it, cause
yeah, I will. I like. See, this is funny. I'm kind of 0 for 2 for like Batman universe movies. And this is my fault. I'm not knocking the character. I'm not knocking comic books fans. Yeah. I'm like bored of Batman and kind of all the superhero stuff. But I fucking love Robert Pattinson. Is secretly our generation's most exciting actor.
He is
and
awesome.
It's the same thing as the Joker. I could not have given less of a shit about the Joker. But I'll watch Joaquin Phoenix read the dictionary, you know?
The Joker was weird to me because it was too realistic for me. Like, weirdly enough, I was like, there wasn't enough. Like, I walked out of the movie being like, wow, that fucking sucked. I was ready for, like, I want more supervillain, not, like,
yes,
origin story of an actual villain. And like,
we can do a whole nother episode if you guys want to hear me go off about the Joker. But like, I'm glad this is great news because Rachel likes Pattinson a lot, so I think I could get her to watch the Batman. We're gonna watch that this weekend.
So the other thing about the new Batman, last thing I'll say, because I mean, I love the Christian Bale Batman. I've watched.
Yeah, those are good.
I've watched a bunch of Batman shit, read comics. This one felt like, even Ben Affleck's Batman I hated, but then I thought was better on the like second and third viewing. But Robert Pattinson's felt like a Batman that hasn't ever been done. But like, because I mean, they kind of skip over the whole origin story, like
Right? Isn't that part of the deal with this movie? It's like it doesn't bother. It's just like, yeah, Batman, whatever. Here he is in his second year of being Batman.
Literally, I was just gonna say it's like a fresh Bruce Wayne as Batman. I think he's been Batman for like 2 years, like you said.
Nice.
And it's just fucking. I really like the direction that they went with it. So shout out Matt Reeves for killing it.
Yeah, that guy is very good at making movies, I think.
I don't know what other movies he made, but
I don't know either, but I like I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know. Well, I'm gonna look it up now. It's like maybe the first time I've ever felt embarrassed on the podcast. Fuck you, dude.
I mean, I am just fully.
If you like him so much, name one of his movies.
I am fully leaning into it. I don't know any other movies. Like you're gonna say it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that.
He directed Cloverfield.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
Let Me In.
Never heard of it.
And a couple of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh fuck! I love the Planet of the Apes movies. Like genuinely, the newer ones with James Franco.
Yeah, he did Dawn and War for the Planet of the Apes.
How many are there? 3? I think there's.
Well, I mean, there's like a whole bunch of them. But
yeah, I mean the old ones, but I'm not trying to watch them.
He also did some TV as well, but nothing I recognize.
Shout out Matt Reeves. Shout out Cloverfield. Shout out Cloverfield.
Shout out everybody. You know. Shout out.
Shout out moms.
What up, world?
Shout out moms.
Dude, moms. Yeah, bro. All day. I texted my mom out of the blue that I loved her yesterday, and it was so funny because I thought, oh man, I probably freaked her out, and we were talking on the phone, and she said, "Hey, I really like that message you sent. That was very sweet." I was like, "Oh, you weren't like freaked out?" She was like, "No, it's nice to hear that."
Dude, every single time I call Renee's mom, no matter what, she always answers the phone with, "Is everything okay?" Or she always has some kind of hesitation in her voice. I'm like, nothing's wrong. Like, I just wanted to call and say hi. Like,
there's this great movie called Moonstruck, and this movie is starring Nicolas Cage and Cher, and we're supposed to believe that they're in love, which is insane. But there's this great scene early in the movie where Cher is telling her parents that she's engaged, and her mom's up in bed, her dad is down in the living room drinking. So they go wake up her mom, and they wake her up, and she rolls over, and her mom is played by Olympia Dukakis, who's an actor that you probably don't know, but you'd recognize her if you saw her. She rolls over in bed and goes, "Who died?"
Oh my God. That is some mom shit.
Yeah, I love it. That's like me anytime my parents call after 10 o'clock. I'm like, no. No. And then it's just like my mom wants the Hulu password. I'm like, son of a bitch.
She's like, hey, I'm trying to watch Severance. What's up?
Dude, I'd let my mom watch Severance. I feel bad. I put my uncle onto Severance, and I texted him kind of on some unrelated shit, and he was like, "Man, this show is depressing as fuck." I'm like, "Sorry, what episode are you on?" And he's like, "We just finished it." I'm like, "You just watched 9 hours of Severance on a Saturday?" He's like, "Ugh."
I mean, when it's that good, that's how I did Westworld. I really liked Westworld season 3.
What are there 2 or 3 seasons of that?
I think there's either 3 or 4.
Oh.
Aaron Paul was in the most recent one, but I didn't like that. Bitch.
Speaking of Aaron,
I was gonna say, speaking of bitch, we are about to run out the timer. So
damn. Oh wow. Well, good thing we talked about Severance the whole time.
We talked about Severance.
Yeah, we did. Can I make one quick TV plug? Speaking of Aaron Paul,
if you can make it in 5 seconds.
Just added a new season of Better Call Saul to Netflix. That shit is better than Breaking Bad. See you next week.
Peace. Actually, we're not going over. So I heard that they're supposed to. But anyways, peace. We'll be back with the next episode. This has been Show and Tell with Tone and Tone.
I'm Tone.
Peace. And I'm Tone. Did we run the intro? Yeah, we did. All right, wait.
Yeah, about 30 minutes in the end.
Oh, no. All right, and we're out.
Nice.